It's October 1st, Tuesday. FL2K starts on tomorrow, Wednesday. So we got to go pick up the car and do a couple little things on it, and then get it back in the trailer, park it up, and yeah, get on the road, get to Florida. So today's the day. We're gonna make it there. Alright guys, so welcome to Florida. Alright guys, so we ended up making it to Florida. We've been here for probably 2 hours. We've been driving a little bit of ways. We're still on the top half, but we got like 6 hours left, I think, to go down to Bradenton. So it's the first time I've been to Florida since I was 15, so 11 years. But we just stopped at this Walmart, got some popcorn chicken, iced up the chest with all the meat and all the drinks and everything. And yeah, so we're just gonna continue going down the road. We've been chugging through it, trying to get there by the end of tonight. Basically, they're not letting anybody in tonight either, so we're gonna have a little sleepover in the trailer. Got some air mattresses, a grill. We're gonna be making some tacos outside of the gates there. So I think from what I heard, there's a lot of people outside the gate already, kind of camping out, which is insane. I've never camped out for a race event ever. But I guess, you know, when you're in Florida, that's what you gotta do. So Dylan's here, he landed on his flight. And all the other guys are flying in, so we're gonna have the whole crew together here. Probably in the morning tomorrow is when everybody will get together. But yeah, for tonight, we're gonna head to Bradenton, get there, set up camp, and we'll be ready for when they open that gate. You might be used to them little boy trailers. This ain't no little boy operation, dog.
Boy, I pull bigger trailers than this.
Nah. You used to them little hay trailers, the little only fit a lawnmower trailer.
This guy.
Little 10-footers. Anyways, we're in Florida. We're like 5 minutes from the track. This dude missed the perfect clip ever. The cops pulled up next to us. I said, I don't bite the cheese. I ain't talking about nothing. No, he was actually pretty cool. Cool cop, was asking what we were in town for. Told him FL2K. He got all excited. And meanwhile, we're driving down the road side by side, but he was cool. So we already made one friend with the cops. That's all we need. We need one friend, and then you know, we get in trouble, we just call him. He'd be alright. But yeah, we getting diesel. Like I said, we're a couple minutes away from the track. We're gonna pull up, see what it do over there, see if there's a long line that they were saying at the gate, and we'll set up camp, make some tacos. I'm tired. I drove I don't know how many hours a day, how many miles, but I'm tired. I'm ready to get there, get some food in me, go to sleep. Ready to let the button go in the morning, see if we can go sixes or something like that, hopefully. I have a little block party here in the pits, or in the mud.
You could call this the field.
The swamps out here.
Literally got my shoes.
We got the whole truck detailed and everything, and it's just ruined now. There's mud everywhere. So. Alright guys, so we're here on, today's Friday, so it's actually Q1 day. We ended up getting here real early in the morning, getting the car set up, and just going over every little thing. They ended up pushing the roll racing back this morning, so they're just started the roll racing. I believe they're in round 2 now, and so we're 2 or 3 hours behind schedule, so we'll have some time to chill, but we're taking this time to, you know, Dylan's in the trailer, you know, making the tune-up, and he's kind of, I think he's got 3 different tune-ups depending on what the track surface is like. So our first, our Q1 pass is going to be, since this is a brand new motor, just a simple A to B shakedown. Out the back, we should have some decent amount of boost in it, so it should mile an hour pretty well, and maybe land us in the qualifying ladder pretty high early. But the first short track of the track is going to be super slow compared to what we've been doing, just to make sure we get down the track, because we don't know what it's going to be like. It's been raining for the past, people have been saying this has been raining here every day for the past 3 weeks. So there's a bunch of water underneath the rubber and underneath the track, and when the sun comes out, the track heats up, the water comes up through the track. So we don't know what kind of track we're going to have. So that's why we're going to go on our first hit pretty soft, make sure we get on the board, and then from there we'll just keep turning it up. If it goes to plan and the schedule goes to plan here today, they're supposed to give us 3 qualifiers. So hopefully we get all 3 of those passes and we can actually dial the car in a little bit more, because we've only had 2 quarter-mile passes on this car, and that was on the old engine. So now we have the new engine and we have no passes on it. So we need everything we can get, and yeah, so we're just gonna wait until they call us up and we're gonna make our first pass.
About to do our first hit.
It's hot, humid, it's wet. See what happens. Probably just kind of get a baseline, see how it does. I mean, nothing too special. Make sure it bumps, make sure it leaves, and then probably just make a little hit to the 8th mile and go from there. But yeah, this weather's not that great, but we'll see what we can do with it and hope for the best.
I don't know how y'all spend the 10,000 plus in the burnout. I don't know if your right foot just gets stuck to the floor. That shit is gnarly.
Yeah, no, it's the burnouts are spicy.
I like it. I like it.
I'm gonna try to tame that down. But.
If I race him, I'm gonna gap his ass. He's gotta give me the hit though.
Yeah?
Tell him to give me the hit if we line up.
Okay. He said, give him the hit, he's gonna whoop your ass. Good luck though.
Tell him this little streetcar might have something for him.
Good luck. Ready? Good luck, man. So, Dylan.
2,500 foot, 128 water range. Yeah, so weather that doesn't make horsepower. So we made our first qualifier just now. We didn't talk too much just because it was like, it was a hurry up and wait situation throughout the whole staging process. So they need to work on how some things are ran in the pits, but went up there, did our first pass, everything went smooth, everything went to plan. And yeah, we went 7.18, I believe, at like 193. So this weather's terrible. It's not making any horsepower that it would be making back in Houston. So we're at like 2,500 DA and like a lot of water grains, and like the motor's basically trying to run on water right now. Basically, is what's in the air. But yeah, so I'm still kind of, you know, processing everything that happened, but it was a good pass. I'm definitely happy with it.
You got the jitters out now, or what?
I didn't really have the jitters to begin with. It was more of just like, I don't know what's going to happen. So that was the first pass on this motor, and it backed up to exactly what we ran at Texas Motorplex for our first test pass on worse weather, or worse air, and a little bit less power in the first 60 to 100 feet. But we still did a 114 60 foot. I believe it was like a 3.0 to the 330 and a 465 to the 8th, and yeah, 7.18 at 193 in the quarter. So we're looking good. The class is extremely fast, a lot faster than I thought it was going to be, but I believe we're in the top 5 of the elite class, I think they're calling it, the main streetcar shootout class. So we got plenty more we can turn up. So we'll be able to give them some hell and be right there with them throughout the event. So we're gonna go through the car, clean off all the mud from the mud bugs down by the tech bay, and get the car ready for round 2 of qualifying.
The fastest so far with the Mustang, I think. There's a couple solid axle cars, some good, quick, fast cars that went, but it's only Q1, so we'll see what happens. And I mean, we got a little bit more to go. We'll probably turn it up, down low, and see what happens. I mean, hopefully the track stays there. I know it's getting a little greasy and hot, but they've been doing good, keeping it prepped and dragging it. So see what happens next time.
See what happens. How are we feeling?
Hot and tired.
You look beat.
I am beat. But yeah, we're waiting for him to call us back up. I think they just had an oil down. So I don't know how long that's going to take. I think it was a Honda guy, typical. But once they call us up, we'll probably do our Q2 pass. From what I'm told, I think after Q1 we're sitting in the number 3 position, I believe, in the elite class, so the fastest street car shootout class, the main one. And yeah, so we're sitting pretty. Would like to be number 1, but we'll see how the day goes. So I'm probably gonna take a power nap. So we were just rushed up here for round 2. We didn't really change anything on the car. We ended up doing a new little tune-up that'll make it probably trav like 197 or somewhere around there. So a really low, like a 7.0 is kind of what we're thinking this pass is going to do. They changed the schedule around because the weather's been terrible and kind of running behind on the event. So we're only going to get this qualifier today if the weather holds out. And then on tomorrow, 8 a.m., they're going to have a 3rd qualifier, which we may make it or not. And then they're going to go straight into elimination. So we're going to see how this qualifier goes. I actually was told that we're number 2, and we qualified 2 in the elite class. So again, the fastest class of the whole the street car deal, the main one, we're qualified number 2. So that's pretty sick. But you know, not everybody thought they'd get a couple more qualifiers, and now we're only limited to 2, or 3 actually. So I think a lot of these guys are about to turn it up right here. It got cloudy, so the traction's coming down. It's going to be a good one to go fast. But yeah, so we're going to get suited up and go out there and see what we do.
High gear. Oh,
That's all,
it's gonna be like a 2nd gear. Oh,
yeah.
it'll be the same thing, just sooner.
All right. So 7.08 is my guess.
We'll see. It's got it because it's got the boost comes in faster. It's got the extra degree of timing. I took back out. It's back in it.
If we go a 10th better, it'll be all right.
And our Richard it up a little bit to back when what we were before.
Somebody
EGT stuff.
Somebody pulled up the list. I'm number 2.
Oh, let's see if we can go to number 1. We'll find out soon enough.
Tune up a little more.
Yeah, pick up the short time. Put the timing back in it. We took out and go from there. We'll see if the 60 comes around.
Yeah.
Don't know until we try.
We have no sleep. It's currently 7 in the morning. I'm not used to this. But yeah, we're here. We might do our Q3. Depends on what Dylan wants to do. We'll probably do a Q3 pass. And then we got to get it back, get it on the ramps, cool it off as fast as we possibly can, because then they're rolling into elimination. So Yesterday we had a big problem with mud falling off the car from the mud bogging that we had to do back in the tech area. But yeah, so we spent a lot of time last night taking the side skirts off, the front bumpers off, scrubbing everything to get it all off of the car. Still have some more to do today, but we're gonna try to make sure we don't have dirt falling off the car in front of our rear tires anymore. But yeah, we're gonna do that and then hit up Q3. Alright guys, so we're here on Saturday actually. FL2K, they rearranged the schedule. We actually ended up doing eliminations on Saturday now. So we got our one qualifier pass. Came all the way out here with one pass, and we went 7:18. So that landed us number 3 on the ladder. So now we're going against this guy right here. He's got a 2016 twin turbo Mustang on Fuel Tech, IRS car. So that's exactly what I wanted to do when I was here, is race other IRS X550s. So our first round pick is going to go pretty well for. It's going to be a badass race, I guess I could say. But yeah, so we're kind of in line right now, waiting to get going. It's a million degrees outside, so the track is super greasy. We don't have a lot of hits on this car, so we just turned it down a lot, to be quite honest with you, in the 60 foot. And then we're just pouring the coals to it out the back door. So hopefully it's enough to take this guy, but it's going to be an awesome race. So catch up with y'all afterwards.
Well, this is Eliminations 1. Yeah, round 1. Paired up with another S550. I think it's fairly, it's quick, but I know we've gone a little quicker, but we're gonna just see, go A to B. I know it's a little hot, real sticky out there. So I know tuner took a little bit out down low. We're gonna see what it does, and hopefully it sticks. So, but yeah, Eliminations 1, get through this one and take a break. Go get some food and relax.
Turbos, and it's okay to admit it sometimes. We're all family. It's okay, Cameron.
Not everybody can be, you know, have the biggest and baddest and straightest and thickest. Sometimes you just got to deal with what you got. Sometimes, you know,
what mama gave you.
yeah. Or whatever comes out of your pocketbook. You know, my pocketbook's this big. Someone else's is this big. But I don't know whose, but
I don't even have a pocketbook. All the pages are ripped out. I spent it all. Yeah, that's the situation we're in.
Bunch of IOUs. Sure. Bunch of sticky notes of IOUs on it.
You're on an IOU.
Yeah. Wait, supposed to get paid?
Cameron flew out here on his own dime, and then he bought me lunch one day. Great guy.
Yeah, I felt bad for him.
And then he bought me a straw hat. And
Yeah, it's Q2. We're racing this new age Mustang. Should be a good race. car looks tight. The track's turning around, so might see what it does with a little bit more extra power. It's not as greasy as it was early in the day, so it's cooled off a lot. The DA's gone down, so pretty confident it's going to take everything. But we're going to go ahead and just go up there, just go A to B, smooth and steady. Not trying to take over the world or anything, but we're going to go down A to B, make sure everything's good with it, just move the next round. And then we'll start kind of pouring the beans to it after that. But yeah, see how it goes.
Parachute is out at 7:27, taking out 7:39, and it will work out as it should. Number 1, 2, 3, and 4 qualifiers moving into the semifinal round. Boyd Bumbera, 7:27 at 191.
After round 1, we didn't film anything just because there really wasn't anything noteworthy. We ended up going up against, I think, qualifier number 14, so we were number 3. They paired us up with number 14. Another beautiful gray S550. That guy, super good dude. But we ended up, just hey, we're gonna have fun. We're not gonna do any games or anything like that. Went up there. The track was super greasy. As soon as I turned into the burnout box and looked down the track, I was like, this is gonna be bad. Like, there's nothing I can work with here. And Cameron and Dylan looked at the track. They said the same thing. It was just too greasy. The prep wasn't that great. So Dylan pulled a bunch of boost out, took away a bunch of timing on the lead. And still, even with all that, whenever I let go of the button, it just spun the tires immediately. So I lifted, gathered it up, and whenever I got back in it, these turbos are decently, big. I got back in it after I let completely off and lost all the boost. It kind of just sat there and was like, whirr, and then it wasn't taking off, and the guy was still right next to me. It's like we were idling down the track together, and grabbed the scramble button at the same time, and it lit off real quick. As soon as that happened, I let off all the buttons and just kept it forward. We ended up going 193 mile an hour after basically getting on it 150 foot out, so that was really, really good. But it was like a 10-second pass with just a bunch of mile an hour. So technically I gathered it up quicker and got to the line first, so I ended up winning that race. We went up for round 2. We raced like a 04 Cobra, really nice car. I have no idea what was done to it, never met the guy. And we went out there with the tune-up that was turned down to the 60 foot a lot for us. We thought we didn't know what it was gonna do to the 60 foot. Didn't know if it was gonna be super slow or if it was gonna be decently quick. So we ended up doing a 118 60 foot, which is slow for us, but that's really good for the track that we had. Everybody's been doing like 120, 60 foots in that range. So we went down on that, got out there. I saw he was decently close to me, so I grabbed the scramble. And as soon as I did that, I heard the car start breaking up and it nosed over, let off the scramble, came back into power and it started taking off again. So I grabbed it again real quick and it started breaking up. So I let off a bit and basically that let him, I had a decent space on him, and whenever it was breaking up, he started getting up closer and closer. So if we had another 300 feet, the guy might have came around me, but I know I had some mile an hour, I had some time on him, and we ended up getting the W. And what we learned on that so far is the car didn't like that boost level at all. So we might have to do something with the ignition system, upgrade the coils. It's all fresh data, so we haven't sat down yet and gone through it. But this means we're going to round 3. Round 3 is semifinals, and we're racing Doug Cook, which is the second qualifier. with his Chevelle, I believe. I think it's a Chevelle, but Doug from Motion Raceworks. So his car is super fast, and it's going to be a drag race. So we're going to put the car back to where it's happy, where it was running 7.1s, and that's about all we can do. In all honesty, at this point, we're trying to rush and turn the car around, make sure everything's good, fuel it up, and we're going to give Doug a hell of a race. So it's going to be a close one. We'll see what we can do.
Only 118.
718. Oh, we got a shot. We got a real shot. It's gonna be a race.
No, it's gonna be a fucking drag race. If this thing will short track like it used to,
I would just give me 0 on the button, and if I'm really like trying to catch him, I'm just gonna spray it. Whatever happens, happens. I mean, spark plug just to cylinder 5 was like in and out throughout the run, which. Again, we're just taking guess here. There's nothing really we can address here except for I have extra spark plugs, so we're just gonna replace cylinder number 5. It was brand new, or all 8 of them were brand new for that run. On round 1, it was not happy in cylinder 1, so we changed all 8 plugs. Now cylinder 1's happy. Cylinder 5 is the one that's intermittently missing now. So just in case we have a problem with that spark plug, we're just going to put a brand new freshie in that hole and just see if that eliminates it. Alright, so you guys saw the last race. We ended up racing Doug, and it went exactly to plan. I wanted to race him in the semifinals at night when the weather was good and the track was good. We swung for the fences, and I feel like we had enough, so I don't want to say we didn't have enough, but the car in the very last bit of the run ended up breaking up, and basically, was it all the cylinders, Dylan? Was it all the cylinders, or was it? Every okay. So in the very last bit of the run, all the cylinders dropped out. It felt like third gear dropped out of the trans, or it just kicked into neutral and just immediately went to the rev limiter. But that wasn't the case. Just some weird issue happened that basically in the last little bit of the run, the car just lost all the cylinders, and it just started shooting flames out of it right before the finish line, I believe. Well, I know it was right before the finish line. So that happened, and I think if that didn't happen, we probably would have had what it needed to edge him out a little bit. So the race pretty much went like he got me a little bit on the tree, and when we had him to the 60 foot, the 330, the 8th, and then at the very end, you know, he went 204 mile an hour, we went 198, and he got me with the 710 at 204 to our 712 at 198. So I'm not mad at all, I'm not disappointed. The car only has 4 passes on it, and you know, for everybody that helped out, Cameron, Dylan, Jeff, Core Filming, and just everybody who came out, all the other guys with the race team from New Orleans that we came with, everybody pitched in. We did everything that we could, and it's just a little bitty issue that you know, didn't give us that little edge. And so it's like, man, we could have had it, we could have gone to the finals, but at the end of the day, I believe they had 100 cars, if not more, in the street car class. So Martha only having 4 passes under her belt now, being number 3 out of 100 in you know, the whole FL2K event, I couldn't ask for anything more. So trip was definitely worth it, and we're gonna be back for Mod Nats in November 7th, I believe is the first day. So now we're gonna take it back to the shop, go through everything, and set our sights for Mod Nats, and we'll be back here in Bradenton, Florida, and we'll have all the merch with us like usual. The whole team's gonna be out here, and we're gonna give it another shot at Mod Nats. And you know, FL2K is cool. They got a lot of different cars. They got a lot of awesome people out here, but I really want to go to Mod Nats and win that deal. So we'll see how that shakes out. It'll be my first time as well out there. And yeah, I can't wait to come back. But that's it for this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and we're only going to get better. We're only going to get faster. So anybody who's in front of me right now, you got to watch out because I'm coming.